If you're an XRP holder or you're thinking about building on the XRP ledger, you're going to want to watch this video. I sat down with CEO Farhaan Dawood and his team. They're revolutionizing consumer loyalty, crypto payments, and digital coupons built on the XRP ledger. The company name is Friiworld. As a Ripple X Grants Wave 4 winner, they've partnered with XRPL Labs, that would be Wietse Win and his team in the Netherlands, connecting to the Xumm app, which will be called Xumm shortly, to create a very powerful point of sale or POS solution. Farhaan started in the world of POS 20 years ago and rolled out the very first Visa chip and PIN in the UK. His development is going to be a major contributor to the XRP ecosystem. This is one example of the very high caliber builders attracted to the XRP ledger. Will Farhaan utilize the new Hooks chain? Is Ripple dropping their name at blockchain booths and replacing it with XRPL? Continue listening to find out. I just don't even know where to start. So maybe Farhaan, for people who have never heard about you, tell us what FRII is.
Firstly, thank you very much for inviting me. As you said, it's Farhaan Dawood from FRII. I'm the CEO, and really our vision is to connect the masses to the blockchain and really to create a environment where Web 2 and Web 3 work alongside each other. So our history has been in Web 2. We've process payments for Visa and MasterCard, and we've been a partner of theirs and acquiring banks for over 20 years. So really, we have some great experience when it comes to point of sale, and taking that point of sale to another level, is really what we're about, because we feel that, up till now, a payment transaction has just been a transaction. And going forward, we feel time has come where a payment transaction needs to become an interaction. It needs to be more digital, and it needs to create a relationship between brands, merchants, and consumers. And really, that's the philosophy behind what we're doing. So far, we have the first ever point of sale terminal that works on a single app with Visa or MasterCard and with crypto on a single app, on a single device. So that's something that's unique to the market. We do see some other people that are providing separate technology and trying to keep these worlds apart, but I don't believe that that's the right way to go forward. I believe that these worlds should coexist, and we need them. We're not going to get away from Visa, and blockchain is not going to take over every payment in the world. So these two things need to sit. But really, to drive consumer adoption, we're going to be using loyalty, digital couponing, and various methods to show consumers that there is a better way to pay, and show merchants that actually creating a relationship with your consumers that you can keep building on is the way that retail is going to work going forward. We also recently took our technology and put it on an unattended device. So now we also have a kiosk that you can go to without having a human there and interact with it. And with the first product that we were launching on there is charity donations, just to show a real use case for the market.
Exciting. So you're integrated with Xumm, and the Xumm app, which is going to soon be called Xumm.
Absolutely.
Are you in actual retail brick and mortar locations now?
Yeah, so we've done some. Yeah, so the Xumm, or the partnership with XRPL Labs is a great one. It's one that Ripple actually asked me to look into before we designed our own app. They introduced me to Wietse, who I think is probably one of the cleverest people in this space, and said that, if you're going to replicate something like that, you really need to understand who you're up against. And so you should go and meet him first and see his technology. And maybe there's something that you can do together. Wietse already had a passion for retail as well. So it was a nice fit. And I think it took me less than 10 minutes to realize that there is no way that I could replicate anything as good as Wietse could make. So we pretty much have done a partnership where we concentrate on the POS, they concentrate on the wallet, and then together we have now a wallet that has more products and services than just holding assets. So we're going to be putting coupons in there and loyalty cards using X apps, and try and get that to be the next generation wallet. And obviously now that links to our device. Between the two of us, we have a perfect solution that we can take to the market. So at the moment, we're testing this logic and we're testing our technology. So we have launched in Holland. We're launching in Dubai, just some test sites, obviously in the UK, in Canada. And really, this is just to learn. I think the rest of the year will be spent just learning and continuing to build the product set and the business logic, the handles that you need behind. And then hopefully early next year, we'll start rolling it out to merchants.
I'm just trying to think of myself as a user. Will it be a QR code based app?
Absolutely. It'll be a QR code base. So in the Xumm wallet, when you want to pay, you use their pathfinding solution to pick any asset. And what we're doing is we're converting whatever the consumer wants to pay with into whatever the retailer wants to receive. So if the retailer is in the UK and the retailer wants pounds, Visa or MasterCard give him pounds, crypto should also give him pounds. So we convert that transaction in real time into the desired currency of the retailer, and then we deposit that into the retailer. But it is a QR code payment directly from the Xumm app.
Amazing. Yeah, the fact that you can pay in US dollar and the person receiving can choose whatever they want, even they can choose even XRP too, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But what we find is with merchants, at the moment, they're not ready to receive crypto because they can't use that to pay their bills. We haven't quite evolved to that part yet. So really providing them with currency that they can use just like Visa and MasterCard is the stage that we're at. But yeah, the choice for them is open. They can receive it in whichever currency they wish. We use GateHub to do the off-ramping. And I think, again, GateHub NA, the CEO there is probably, again, like Ritsa, one of the cleverest people that I've met in this space and really respect the work that he's done. And so we're really using him as our partner for off-ramping. And pretty much they cover most of the world. So we can off-ramp in any currency all over the world.
Yeah, you're on the shoulders of two giants there. That's
Absolutely.
for sure.
Absolutely. Right, so there's two different apps here. There's a wallet and there is a point of sale app. So the point of sale app is a free point of sale app, and the free point of sale app is already being used for Visa and MasterCard payments. And you would press a button to say cards. Next to it now we have a button that says crypto. So now the retailer just engages in the regular way. They put the amount in that they want to accept, and then they ask the user, how would you like to pay? The user will then say crypto or Visa or MasterCard, and they will press the button appropriate. If they press crypto, then the XRP ledger appears. Once they press the XRP ledger, that creates for them a payload, a QR code for them to scan. You scan that with the Xumm app, and then you pick the currency you want, and then you settle in the Xumm app. And immediately as you settle in the Xumm app, the point of sale app prints you a receipt, just like a traditional transaction, and away you go.
So I know this channel has a lot of people that are interested in the technology part of it. And I'm assuming that all those transactions are occurring over the XRP ledger.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Are you running a side chain, or are you on the main net, or are you going to?
No, I'm on the main net. And again, who knows what the future holds and how we'll process them. But for now, I built everything on mainnet. We for the couponing element, we really need to take advantage of hooks. And I know that's not on mainnet right now, so that's a challenge that we have to think about going forward. But really, mainnet has provided us everything that we've needed thus far.
Do you think it's possible you could do mainnet and the hooks chain?
Yeah, I'm sure with the brains of Visa. Yeah, I'm sure with Visa you could work out a way that you could do both. I can't see that being a problem. It's just sitting down and working it out. But I think they're at the beginning of the side chain at the moment, and they have enough problems without adding more to them right now. So I've just left them alone for a few months. But yeah, I think we're going to see them in a month. So we're going to sit down and work out how we can get the two working side by side.
Having the choice between the two really is wonderful for you because it gives you much more flexibility.
Absolutely. And that's what you need. If you're going to deliver something for, we want to do this globally, you can't do that without having some flexibility. So, having Visa there provides us with flexibility.
Very nice. It's just such a pleasure to finally meet you. I think we've been dancing around in the space for a long time, but we have not actually crossed paths.
Sometimes it's fate. Sometimes it needed to take this long to get to you. So I probably wouldn't have had so many cool things to share with you had we done it earlier. So there's no problem there.
Yeah, the timing seems like you've really have a tremendous amount of momentum, and I want to say congratulations for
No,
everything
thank you
you've
very much.
achieved, especially for the accelerator. I'm sure a couple of people are interested in what that is because the accelerator is fairly new for
Absolutely. This
projects.
is only the second cohort of the Ripple Accelerator. And really, the accelerator is to take projects from the stage that they're at and sort of light a rocket underneath them. Sometimes I feel that I already have a rocket underneath me. Do I need more rockets underneath me? But it just cleans up your thinking, your solution. And it makes you think about all the elements and share that with an outsider. I have it all in my mind and my team knows what the plan is, but we haven't really shared that with the outside world so much. So this is a great opportunity to share it with somebody that doesn't know anything about what we're doing, and they can give me an honest, reflection of what they feel. And then sometimes
Oh,
they're right, sometimes they're not. But it's important to have somebody from the outside look in to say, actually, what about this? Or did you think about that? So it's only day 2. I have 2 weeks of it.
wow.
We're only 12 weeks of it actually, and it's only day 2, so we've only just started. But let's just say that I've changed my mission statement as for this afternoon's meeting. So
And it
they're
probably
already they're
will,
already making a change,
and it might even change again. I would not
and it
be
might even change again.
surprised.
Absolutely,
Yeah, I think that
absolutely.
when you're building businesses, the evolution, the process, the metamorphosis, the constant change, yeah, it doesn't stop. It
Uh,
just keeps
you have to
evolving.
evolve. I think if companies that don't evolve or solutions that don't evolve, I think they get left behind. This world is moving so fast now that you have to evolve with the times.
Yeah, I know people say that, but it really literally is. I mean, the amount
Yeah,
of the speed at which
it's
this thing
scary
is
sometimes. Yeah.
is unbelievable. Are you sharing this accelerator space with some other projects too?
Yeah, so there are 11 projects on. There were 9 on the first one. There are 11 on this one.
Mm,
Some great projects, and we're actually finding that the projects are complementary to each other, and we're finding that we can actually work together as well.
oh,
So I think they've
smart.
really hand-picked projects that they feel could work together,
Yeah.
and they're growing us up together. And I think that's a great strategy as well because
Yeah.
they had one in London, and I'm actually attending the one in Singapore.
Mhm.
And the reason I'm attending the one in Singapore because they felt that the people on this cohort were better placed with me than the ones that were on London. So they have put a lot of thought into it, and it's a great program so far.
Yeah, that's smart. Mr. Kittel, which is the CEO of SBI, he really believes in that synergy and he builds his business model to be able to each component that he brings in to his ecosystem has synergy that plays off of each other and
Absolutely.
becomes extremely powerful.
So the logic of, I mean, if you take it all back to what are we doing, really what we want to do is connect the ledger to as many merchants as possible. As far as I'm concerned, now every merchant that takes Visa or MasterCard should be able to take crypto. It doesn't cost them anything to do the download. If they never press the button and they never engage, it should still be available. So once the ledger is connected, you know, at no point do I think that we are going to create every single product and run every single product that's going to be running on that. The point is to provide the ability for people who have products to be able to use our infrastructure to connect to the mass market. That's really the end game.
Do you white
Where
label it or is it branded as
No, it's
free?
branded free, but you can
Mhm.
bring your product. So, like we're talking, we were at an event together at when the ticketing launch in London, and again, a product like that where if they used a tablet to be able to
Yeah.
scan well, why don't use the point of sale to be able to scan that? We could have used the same point of sale that the merchant already had, the restaurant that we were in. We don't need any new technology. So it's allowing that kind of product to just freely go out into the marketplace rather than having technological barriers. That's the key. But it needs to be connected. Somebody has to connect it first. And unfortunately, that's my job.
Yeah, hence the name free, huh?
Absolutely. So it's free for merchants, and again, free goes a little bit deeper. We feel the migration of the masses okay, we have the 1% trader centrics that have downloaded wallets, but that's not mass market. The other 99% need to board. They need a reason to come on. They're not going to come on because it's crypto or it's blockchain, but they will come on if it's a loyalty program that gives them something for free. They will come on if they get a free ice cream so we've branded ourselves as free because we want to give as much free things away to attract the market to play the game with us, and I think that's a logic that we can use to bring the mass market into this world. Otherwise, if we're waiting for them to all become traders and all want to own digital assets, I think that's probably not going to happen, but in this way, if my mum gets a free ice cream, she's going to use it, right? And
Yeah.
if it's sitting on the blockchain, she doesn't care. All she wants to do is go in and get a free ice cream and come out. So I
Yeah.
feel that that's a much better logic for getting the everyday person using blockchain.
Yeah, I was just listening to a video today where David Schwartz was speaking at WebEx in Tokyo, and he said that the adoption, at the core of adoption, is the user experience, and the user experience
Absolutely.
has to be just easy, and it doesn't matter the process behind, as long as that experience is.
I mean, he's probably, we sat in a room, we thought of what we were going to do, we designed what we were going to do, we spent many months building what we were going to do, and as far as I was concerned, it was done. But I
Yes.
didn't have anybody to validate that it was done, and I took that to the top. I took it to David. He's so sweet. He gave me, an hour of his time. He sat, he pulled his own Xumm wallet out,
Oh
he
yeah.
did a transaction, it went through seamlessly within a few seconds, it printed a receipt, and then he just looked at me and went, that's so cool, and I was like, David, I'm quoting you on that. And he was like, you can quote me on that. But I think that for me was a real moment for me, because somebody
Validating.
that I really respect in this space to
Mm.
look at that solution and think, actually, you've got everything that it needs. Because the report at the end of the day report also has Visa, MasterCard, and crypto. There's a receipt just like you would get with a Visa transaction. It's all on one screen. It's all in one place. So he really was complimentary and validated that solution. And for me, that was a day that I knew that we're definitely onto something
You
now. And
had
if
something.
David has nothing negative to say or nothing to add, then I think we're good.
Yeah, I saw that picture, but it's fun to hear the backstory on it because
Yeah, but it was scary. I was like, I'm
yes, of
doing this.
course.
He could probably turn around and say, this is just no good. And then,
Yeah.
we're back to square one again. But luckily it was the other way around. And he was but very, very clever, very nice man,
Yeah.
and something that I needed. So I'm forever grateful to him.
Yeah. He truly has been instrumental in supporting and nurturing tons of projects and people and making this space grow. And I think there's a lot of people should be thankful he's doing what
Yeah.
he's doing. He's
And,
just
and we need him.
a
We
credit.
need people like that. I mean, we were lucky that we were in Austin, Texas at Consensus at the XRPL zone, one of the first ones that they did. And we were one of the showcased. They put us on stage and we did a transaction. And I just saw David speak to everybody like they were
Yeah.
just his friend. He gave everybody time. He gave everybody the chance to show and share what they were doing. And I just felt, looking around, I just felt that that's so needed. We need that senior person just to put their arm around you and just say, good, you carry on. So I think he's doing a fantastic job, and he should carry on doing.
Is Twitter the best place to keep up, or what
Yeah,
is the best place?
Twitter is definitely, it seems that Twitter
Or
seems to
X?
be the best place. I mean, we are using other social platforms, but Twitter definitely gets the biggest uptake.
Uh-huh.
And we are posting a lot of what we're doing. I think the next few weeks we're going to have a lot of posts because we have a team showcasing our unattended at Apex this week.
Yeah,
And
that's so
then next
cool.
week we are at the XRP zone at Permissionless in Austin. And
Mhm.
again, we're one of the few companies that I think they've put 4 companies on show, and we're one of the 4 companies that they've chosen. So we're obviously going to be tweeting out about that. And obviously, as I finish the Accelerator and attend Token 49, I'm sure that I'm going to be posting some stuff. So I think Twitter is the best place to be for the next few weeks when it comes to FRII.
You're the type of project that really could make a big impact on other builders coming to the space, but also really bring the XRP ledger into some mainstream that it needs to be showcased to be at this high
Absolutely.
level of capability. It's great.
Oh, and I will do anything. Like I've said it on other uh, calls. You know, I will do anything to help people get their products out to market. You know, it's a mission for me to make sure that people. You know, it was hard for me to do it when I had to do it, and I want to make it easy for other people to do it as we go on because there's so many good builders out there. There's
Yeah.
so many good projects. I mean, in Paris, I met a guy. They had a hackathon, and in 2 days, they designed a loyalty program. They delivered it to local retailers. They had to give them a tablet to be able to process the transactions. And they were kids, but they had done such a good job. And I looked and I said, you know, in years to come, you know, when you really want to do this, then and you have a product, bring it to me and I'll help you get it out because you're so talented. You just need that little bit of help, and that's really what I want to become at the end of the day is that conduit for developers to be able to deliver it in the real world and not have to worry about all of the nuances that you have to deliver. Just focus on their
Just
core
build,
product.
head down and
That's
build.
just
Yeah.
you just keep building.
Hmm. Well, you know, you really are speaking exactly the way I've been feeling. I've been really working hard the last 2 years at trying to bring a voice for lots of builders in the space because I think there's a lot of hidden talent, and I think
Yeah.
there's
And
they just
and I
need
have to also,
boost.
you know, put a shout out to Ripple. I think they're really, you know, the XRP zone in consensus and the one in Austin again now, you know, they are really now bringing that community together. I felt that that community wasn't together. They weren't one team, you know, or one family, and really they need to be. And some of the other blockchains, they have this family network, you know, and we have the XRP army, you know, which are great, but we really need the builders to be a
Yes.
family. And I think that Ripple are really understanding that now, and
Yeah.
they're really pushing that now. So, you know, the fact that in Austin there will be no Ripple stand, there'll only be an XRPL stand
Oh,
at the
cool.
show, you know,
Yeah.
is a clear that they really see the value now. And I think
Yes.
that as they continue to invest in things like that, the
Mm.
community will then building community will come together, and I think we'll see the best of it because I think the ledger is absolutely fantastic. You know, I think it's something that people don't realize the power of the XRPL, and I think that in time, you know, they will. And this is something that really could be global, should be global, and you know, and if I have anything to do, it will be global. I mean, we launched in the first transaction we showed was in at Paris blockchain in February,
Mm.
and now you know it's only been 6 months. We've been around the world with them. You know, they've showcased us at every event. You know, they've put us on the Accelerator program. They've given us grants. You know, this year brought us together with other builders, with Visa, and you know that's really their job. And I think that you know, hands off to them, they are doing it now. So hopefully, you know, a year from now, this will be a different space. And the other thing is that you know, nothing has really come out the other side yet. We have a little bit, but you know, once we start coming out the other side and you do see real world utility, you start seeing it when you go to your local shop. And you know, when you start to see that, I think that will just the momentum will build. And as that momentum builds, I think Ripple and everybody will become the team that they should be.
Yeah, I just highlighted a little portion. It wasn't, I didn't find it. It was an attorney in the space who found Monica Long's quote in a Ripple email that talks about how one of the pillars that Ripple is trying to achieve is to find the 5 more ripples for the
Yeah,
XRP ledger.
absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Great.
you just might be one of those ripples.
Well, she was very, I mean, I have to say she was on we had a leadership where I pitched what we were doing to the leadership team and led by Monica. And, you know, her closing remark was this was her, one of the projects that she really liked that was coming through the system. So, you know, she's keeping an eye on us. She signed off my accelerator program. So having somebody that senior understanding what we're doing and helping us, you know, it is great. You know,
Yeah,
so
it's fantastic. But I'm so happy that you were discovered, and I'm so happy that you're here building. And I'm
thank
really
you very much.
just thrilled to hear you say that you're open to helping other people also who want to build on the ledger to build out the ecosystem, because
We need
you're
them.
right.
We can't, single people can't do it. You know, you
Yeah,
can't run the world as a single person or a
yeah,
single company or a single solution. You know, that just doesn't work.
yeah,
And we want to change the way the world works, and that requires a team and lots of people to do that, and just need somebody to bring them together. And if that's free, then so be it.
Well, good luck with the end of you've got 9 more days for your accelerator.
It was 40, well, it's 12 weeks in total, but 2 weeks in Singapore. So it's day two. So eight more days
8 more
here
days.
in
Okay.
school. I'm back to school. It felt weird sitting at a desk and
I,
having a teacher, but really good. I mean, the program is great. And before I go, I just want to say one more thing.
sure.
You're a big fan of him. I'm a big fan of him. Anthony Welfare is amazing. He's another one of those people that I have met that, I put into this separate category of just an absolute superstar. And, the CBD projects that he's on, and that's something that I am passionate about too, you know, providing infrastructure to countries that don't have infrastructure for payments. I mean, what could be better, right? So, that's something that I am working with him on, and I
Right.
look for our solutions to be helping in that way too. But just wanted to shout out to him to say that he's another amazing human being that's just uber talented.
Some really fantastic people all around us, and shouting them out is very good. So thank you for doing that.
My pleasure. And thank you very much for having me on.
You're very welcome, Farhaan. I'm going to be peeking. I want to see some pictures coming up from the accelerator and from
For
permissionless and
sure.
also from Apex. So yeah, get those pictures up
For sure.
because
Just
those are fun to
fingers crossed for
share.
us. Big couple of weeks for us. So just fingers crossed, and just bigger and better. Just pushing.
All right. Do take care. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.